How's he fighting?
Good. Yep, he realized he's hooked.
Uh-oh. There we go. He just realized it?
He just realized he's hooked.
You want me to grab him? Here you go. Oh, nice one. Yeah.
There we go.
Woo-hoo.
There we go. That's what it looked like.
That's a nice fat one there. Beautiful. Got him pretty good, huh?
Yeah, got him on the pimple too. Fish came out of nowhere. We didn't even mark him or anything.
It's just cruising, huh?
Yeah, just cruising up through water column.
Nice work.
Yeah. Back.
There it is. We're down here in southern Maine on Sebago Lake. Second biggest lake in Maine, deepest lake in Maine. It's 316 foot deep, 45 square miles, 105 miles of shoreline. This thing is a beast.
It's massive.
Averages 100 foot deep. There's 4 planes in the bottom of this, fighter planes from World War II, I believe. Do you know about those?
No, I didn't even know about that.
The first one was, let me see, the first one was a Grumman TBF Avenger. Went down in 1943 down out of Raymond. Just crashed right in the lake. The next 2 were British, I can't remember, Corsairs. British Corsairs went down in the middle of 1944 out in front of Raymond. They crashed, hit each other, went down 300 foot deep, and are still sitting on the bottom. And then one more in 1944 went down. Another one out of, I think, Lewiston, Maine, went down. Another plane on the bottom. So there's 4 planes. Amazing lake. There's the world record, I believe. Landlocked salmon came out of here. At least the state record.
Yeah, I think it is the
World record.
Yeah,
22 pounds, 22 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
In 1912 or 08 or something.
Long time
It
ago.
was probably an Atlantic salmon, you know, back then. And we're down here today. Got my good friend Curtis here. He invited me down. He's showing me how to catch them on the jig stick. And there's the first one of the day. We got some traps set up. They're not doing anything. And he's whacking them on the jig stick. He's going to teach us how to use the electronics. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Got him. Big bass. Woohoo! That's a beauty right there, folks. That's the biggest crappie I've ever caught. Look at that toad.
Good one right there.
That was awesome.
Alright, so we've got the bottom lock zoom right here. So that's your bottom 5 feet of the water column. Bottom up. And this is your entire water column on the other side of the flasher. So what this does is it'll increase your target separation, so you can see if there's a fish that's sitting right on the bottom that otherwise would just look like it was connected to the bottom.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
Mode.
That's cool. How often do you use that?
Quite a bit. If I see that little flicker, if I see a little flicker orange there, I'll hit that button and I'll drop right to it, and a lot of times it'll be a fish, and otherwise you would have just ignored it.
Now explain the depth on this so you can tell what kind of depth you're in right now.
Alright, so there's 5 range settings here. So,
okay, over here.
Well, there's 4 range settings, I
Gotcha.
guess. So I'm on 80, which is this red line right here. So
Gotcha.
you follow this red line to see your depth.
Mm-hmm.
If I cranked it up to 160, that makes it a wider, longer range. So you just double that red line, because that's double 80.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it's the same thing if I had it on 20 versus 40. You use the white line and you just double it for 40.
Okay, gotcha. So right now, what range would you be in if we're fishing like 60? You put it right in 80?
80, yeah.
And then, so that's telling you right now it's around 60 foot deep
Yes. Yep, around 60.
on that range.
Yep.
And then, like, your jig right now that's your jig, that red line?
Yep, right at 30 feet.
At 30, 28 to 30?
28, yeah.
Sweet. And then those other things in the column are like your line, probably?
Yeah,
or?
it could be my line, could be bait. It's just a softer turn, either smaller mark.
Gotcha. And then what color do the fish usually show up as?
So when they're right under you, they're red.
Mm-hmm.
Red or yellow if they're not directly under you. And then the further out they go, they become green, which is just on the corner of your cone. So it shoots a 20-degree cone under the ice. And to find your cone width, you just divide your depth by 3.
Wow, this is some really good information. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of technical, but once you get the hang of it, it's really useful.
Yeah, and then so when you see a fish show up under you, so if he shows up green, you know he's like on the outside edge of your cone.
Right.
And then he goes to yellow, he's getting closer, and then when he's red, he's right under you.
Right. So a lot of times what that means is that fish is out there, and he's swimming in horizontally to your jig rather than coming up underneath it.
So in 60 foot, your cone's shooting around 20 foot wide.
Yep.
You said about a third.
Yep.
That makes more sense. Okay, so you'd be more. So that's actually shooting about here.
Yep.
All the way around. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty sweet diameter.
Yeah.
So he's got a circle this big around getting shot. So if a fish enters that, he's going to know whether there's a fish in that circle or not, anywhere within this 20 foot across diameter.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. That's good stuff. Yeah. So, and this model, what's this model?
It's a Marcum. It's just your entry model. It's just the VX1. It's last year's model. It's a pretty good little unit.
Yeah.
Nice
So, and you've been happy with it?
Yeah, I've been real happy with it.
Nice. And have you put it to use like on panfish or?
Yeah, I use it a lot on crappie. So, you just drill a bunch of holes, find the school, and then you just sit there all day and just keep reeling them in.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Cool, very good. And I noticed you don't even have any traps out yet. You've just been jigging, and you're up 1-0 on just about everybody here.
Yeah.
Fishing traps. Out of the 100 people here, he's up 1-0 on them. So it just goes to show you like what's more useful.
Yeah, because you can judge the fish's behavior. You can just give them what they want and get them to bite.
Kind of tickle them into,
exactly.
Tease them into biting. Well, do you guys wear them out?
Wear me out pulling this thing.
Well, he could sit in it, and make it a little harder.
You guys want some suckers?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah, you guys out of here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got 2 that
we're following.
I haven't used, and I got 2 that were hooked, but they're still.
Perfect, thank you. I got one hooked up. Here, guys.
Right off the bottom, huh?
Yeah. Pretty good fight. He gave a good yank there. I thought I lost him, but he must have done a big roll or something.
They don't fight, but it's awful exciting. They fight good to me.
I think this guy's fighting real good on this little limpy stick. Down there at about 80 foot of water, are we?
Yeah, 80 feet.
Jeez. He railed that thing. Well, yanked the rod right out of my hand.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Oh, we get to the leader. There he is. Oh, Jesus. Look at him fight now. Jesus.
See him through the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Line to it.
Oh,
yeah.
I just saw the bubbles.
Yeah.
See him through the ice?
He's a pretty good one. Coming up backwards.
Good one. Need help, Green? You'll land him.
I got him. He's wrapped. He's wrapped.
Got him.
Yeah, he's legal.
You want him?
No.
For your wife?
No, take him home.
No, I don't want him. I got crappie to eat. I got a
Yeah,
bunch of crappie yesterday.
Well, I'll take it if you're going to throw him back.
I'm just going to throw them back. So if you guys can use them,
Yeah.
I have no problem giving them to you. Make sure he's legal.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Probably around 20.
Alright, I got to get my wrap off. God, is he wrapped up?
His tail wrapped.
Alright, there he is, guys. Got my first togue out of Sebago Lake. Beautiful. Nice togue. Got a beautiful markings on him. Nice white clean. Got him on a bomber in 80 foot of water jigging.
There's the trick right there.
Swarmy.
They know that trick,
Try
huh?
use that board.
He is 20 inches. There you go, sir.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming over and talking to us and giving us some advice.
Yeah,
See,
appreciate it.
guys, when you're fishing or hunting, be nice to guys. Say hi to them. Come over, talk to them. This gentleman knows the lake a lot better than us. He came over and told us some good spots to fish and how to catch them, and he's going to go home and get some dinner tonight. He caught a bunch, but they were too big because there's slot here. If you catch anything over, what is it, 23?
Yeah.
23, you got to throw it back. See, I don't catch the big ones. I catch the
23 to
little ones.
36.
23 to 33?
Yeah.
So he caught a bunch of those slaughters, couldn't keep them, and I just caught him a small one. So he's going to eat good tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He doesn't feel very big.
No.
Doesn't feel big, but he's a head thump.
You don't know he's hooked yet.
No, that's true. He's about to find out. He hit that so hard. We got a hot hole, fellas. They're heating up. I switched jigs. I went to I think this thing weighs over an ounce.
Yeah, it
it's
looks like an
heavy.
ounce.
A bomber saltwater jig, and it's starting to heat up a little bit. This one stole a little bit of drag from me. It's doing some massive shakes. Coming out of 80 foot. If you pulled a bass out of this, it'd be trouble for a bass. Oh, geez, he's a little bit better. Nice one.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Look how fat he is, huh?
Yeah, it's a chunky one.
All right. You still hungry? You need another one?
There's a lot of them in here. I'll take every one of them.
You could have it. If he's big enough, I don't want your wife going hungry.
He's a little over 20 inches.
Got him measured?
So,
Jeez.
18,
19.
19.
There you go.
Perfect.
I make a lot of people's wives happy. Well, there. Got the jig going. That's the jig that's been catching them. It's that bomber. That thing's just a big old chunk of steel. I'm just raking it off the bottom, and they keep pulling on it. They keep pulling on it. I'm going to keep pulling back. Let me land them first. Jeez, this one's
It's like
got
a
a
bigger
better
one.
pull.
Yeah.
Make sure he's got some drag if he needs
Yeah, you guys will be back.
it.
Oh.
This is the best toad fishing I've ever had. We're cracking them here on the jig rod, boys. 80 foot of water. He's either rolling or he's head shaking, one or the other. Toad do that roll.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
that roll.
That big
That's
death roll.
looks like a better one.
Feels like that.
If I had to guess.
Got my first knot. There's my first knot.
There he is. I can see him.
You saw him?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Another keeper, huh? All right.
Beautiful.
That's as good as this little one.
That's the good eating ones.
Yeah, don't get your hands all messed up.
Oh, there you go. Look at that, huh, Wayne?
See, when
There you
I
go.
tell you when you catch 20 in a day, you start to believe me now, right?
Yeah. Another one, Curtis. What do you think?
Awesome.
We're having fun. We're,
Glad you came.
yes, very glad I came. Sebago is not, what would they call it earlier?
Slow bago.
Slow bago, yeah. It's not slow bago and it's not sea bagel.
That's right.
It's there's some fish in here. It's a lot of toad. I started really yanking this jig a lot. Curtis had that one show up, and I gave it the yank just in the right time, and he went over and grabbed me. So I think being a little bit more erratic with this jig and heavier and hitting bottom might be the ticket for why they're biting now. Yeah. Got another one, folks. Another deep toad. It's fun pulling them out of this depth on Sebago Lake. Sebago is Indian for deep togue. Togue is Indian for lake trout. And that looks like a little one.
Another little one.
Looks like a pickerel. He's not that small. Another good one.
Not like the other ones.
Sure is fun. Got it. Now he hit that on the fall. I don't know how he got it that deep.
You wanted it.
He sure did.
Seemed fine.
All right, good. Oh, it's full. Yep. Yes! Got a flag. Holy crap, is it spooling?
Got him.
Got him? Yes. Get on this side of you. Good one?
That's pretty heavy.
Nice. We can get that later. Throw it this way because of the wind. Shadow boy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just let the wind take the line. Nice. This is a wicked fight.
Yeah. He took some line.
Took almost all your line.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There you go. There you go.
Feels pretty good.
Starting to fight a little?
Yeah. The leader. Oh god.
Oh, look
Big
at
head.
that freaking dog.
Oh.
Look at that one.
It's a real one.
Big
right there.
head. That is a staver.
That's a real one.
That is a big old lake trout. That's what you come for right there, folks.
That's great.
Look at that toad.
That's a good one right there.
Wow, he's been beat up too.
He is.
Something bigger ate him.
A little Sebago togue. 2 feet.
24?
24.
Very nice. That's a pretty heavy fish.
Yeah. I'd say probably 4 or 5.
Yeah. He looks all of 4.
I'd say
Got it.
gold.
All right, let's show him what we do. That's a nice fish.
See how big he looks in the hole in the water?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See you later.
Beauty.
Yep.
Nice job, bud. That was awesome.
Alright, so we're going to set the trap here. We're not going to sound it. We're going to use the flasher. So as I lower the bait down, you can see right here, those 2 hard red returns are my bait, and then the sinker right above it. We're just going to lower it down, and I'm just going to stop it wherever I want my bait to go.
So fish and togue, where do you like to set your bait?
This one I set not right on bottom, but I set it right about at 40 feet.
Okay.
So I'm probably just going to set it right there.
That's pretty cool. So you don't even have to sound your hole when you have this thing.
Right, saves you a lot of time. Keep your hands nice and warm. You can do this with gloved hands if you want. It's pretty warm today. And it's right at 40 right now. Just about. So I'm going to set the trap. Call it good.
That is slick.
There you go. You can see the bait right there.
Have you ever watched a fish come up and hit on your trap?
I have.
Really?
I've seen a crappie come up actually when I was setting the bait down. And I could see it was coming up for it, so I started jigging it and I kept it away from him a little bit. And he came up and smoked it, and I hand lined him right in and set the trap
awesome.
back down and
Oh man,
kept fishing.
I could see you have a lot of fun with that electronics and utilizing it and getting the most possible out of it that you can.
Absolutely, it's a great tool. It's a great tool to have for ice fishing to catch more fish.
Yep.
Definitely.
What'd you get?
It's a nice little togue.
It was a good hit.
Yeah, he smoked it.
Is he getting close?
Yeah, he's getting close. Just realized he's hooked.
Oh, nice one. Yep. You look good. Man. Just bring it right by it. Yes!
Got him. Look how this fish is hooked.
That's not hooked, that's a leash.
He's saddled.
It's saddled.
He got saddled.
So there's not a hook in him.
No. He got wrapped.
Wow. That's tough to do.
I couldn't do that again if I tried.
Nice.
Solid one. He's going back though.
Slippery.
Slippery little bugger.
Nice. Great day.
Great day. Another great day in Maine.
Sweet. So Sebago Lake, had a lot of fun jigging up togue. I don't think I caught a fish on my traps at all, did I?
Nope.
Nope.
Flag.
Yeah, I got one flag, and it would have been a slow day if it wasn't for that jig rod and the electronics. So I'm kind of learning a lot about jigging and the electronics and seeing how much it can really help and the advantage it gives you. Curtis is really good with his flasher, and I learned a lot from him today. I appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime.
And we're gonna have some fun fishing together, I think, in the future, and I'm gonna get him on some of my haunts and maybe get him on a big pike or something like that, or maybe even the state record yellow perch when he's at school. He's in college right now. He's got an awesome Instagram, a lot of cool fish pictures. Give him a follow. What's the name of the Instagram?
It's just Curtis_4deer.
Okay, I'm gonna put the link right here. No, I'm gonna put it right here. You can click on that link right there, and that'll get you to him. We appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all the comments, likes, subscribes, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, guys. Thanks.